Hello, everybody. Good day to you. How are you guys doing today? So, thank you so much for attending this session. My name is Jared Young, and you're attending a session called Making Engaging YouTube Lessons. So, let's get started right away. Yeah. Oh, and before we go on, you will notice that there is a button for you to chat. So, feel free to use the chat function. Now, what do you use it for? You use it to comment, you use it to share ideas because, there could be many of you out there who have a lot of ideas or you know a lot about creating videos and how to do them well. So please share. Let this be a space, a community of learning where people share and learn from each other. And also, I will be asking questions during the session. So please be a good sport and answer them but the chat is not for spam. It's not for hating on anybody, and definitely not for personal attacks. If you don't agree with somebody, just agree to disagree, share your ideas, and leave it at that. All right. So I'm not expecting much drama in the chat, but yeah, feel free to use it. And it's, as teachers, we want our students to be active learners. So karma, right? You give what you you get what you give. So yeah, let's put in the best practices for learning and be active in our learning. Yeah. Quick tip. What is the first thing you look at when you first meet someone? I'll give you a few moments to think about that. Put in your best answer in the chat. What is the first thing that you look at when you first meet somebody? Okay, I know this is a pre-recorded session, but don't worry about it. I will be in the session watching this together with you. So yeah, put in your answers, everyone. Just make your wildest guess. Don't Google it. You'll find the answer if you Google. But yeah, make your best guess. Put it into the chat. Okay, I'll give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. So, what is the first thing that you look at when you first meet somebody? You look at the hands. Yeah, a lot of light bulbs going off right now. Yes, we look at people's hands because we want to know whether they are a threat or a friend. If they have a weapon in their hands, we will be very afraid. If we can't see their hands, we will also be very afraid. So, guys, we are teaching online most of the time right now. So, where are our hands? Can you see my hands? Oh, yeah, my hands are right here. So, when you first get onto the screen and meet your students for a lesson, make sure you show them your hands. You can wave hello or, do all sorts of weird gestures next to your head that you don't do in person. Do that because that will make them feel safe psychologically. All right, great tip. Let's get to the main event. Oh, I'm sure a lot of you are thinking this question. How are you qualified to teach us about this topic? Well, it's a tough question. I walk the talk. I have a YouTube channel. I started 2 months ago creating videos for PDPR, for learning from home for my Form 4 and Form 5 classes. And you'll find them on my YouTube channel. It's for real. I'm not photoshopping anything. This is not deep fake. So you'll find my lessons here. I make lessons for Form 4 and Form 5. Unfortunately, school has reopened, so I am not able to continue making videos. But when I did make videos, it was very well received by teachers. So these are comments from teachers. But who cares about teachers? Okay, I care about teachers, but what's most important is, do students find it useful? Well, if I'm asking you this question, they must. So here are some examples of comments in the videos themselves of students expressing their appreciation and how much they enjoyed the videos and how much they learned from the videos. So do you want your learning materials to be engaging too? Well, I'm sure that you do. And the I'm not going to teach you the step-by-step technical aspects of creating a video, but I want to give you an overall view. Okay, what is my mindset? What am I thinking about as I go about the process of making my videos, and how do I make them in a way that is engaging? So I will share all of that with you in this session. Let's go. Are you guys excited? I am, obviously. So here is how to make engaging YouTube videos. Forgive my basic. So I'll talk about basic equipment. I'll talk about starting with the end in mind, planning, recording, and editing, tackling short attention spans, and finally, I'll talk about thumbnails. So let's get on to the first topic. Basic equipment. So this is the equipment. These are my grammar. Fix me, guys. These are the equipments. This is the equipment that I use. Okay, basically. So you need a webcam for sure. This is what I'm using right now. Webcam, a microphone right down here, headphones. Sometimes you will have materials, listening or speaking materials that you will need to listen to yourself as a teacher. So you'll need headphones to do that. And a writing pen. You want to be able to write on the screen. So no, this is not a writing pen. This is called a drawing tablet. Yep, drawing tablet. You can search for that on Shopee. And I also use lighting. So this is a studio light that's right up there, and I have a ring light right over here, and that just helps to make me look presentable on screen, so you guys will find me attractive and hopefully pay attention. Now, this is pretty basic stuff. Everybody knows about this, but which one should you spend extra money on? So if you have the money to buy these things and then you have some extra money that you want to invest in something better, yeah, rather than the basic webcam or the basic headphones, basic lights, basic drawing tablet, basic microphone, which one should you spend extra money on if you could? Put that into the chat. Which one do you think of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Which one do you think would be the best bang of the buck? Yeah, the one that you should spend extra money on. Put it into the chat. I'll take a look. Okay, I'm guessing that it's all over the place. I'll just give you an answer. The answer is, if you could only spend extra money on one of these things, the one that will give you the best bang for your buck is the microphone. You can use a cheap webcam. You can use a cheap headphones, one of those free ones that you get from your phone. You can use your window for light. You can get the cheapest drawing tablet, which I did, by the way. Was like 70 ringgit. But if you spend on a good microphone, your students will appreciate you for it. Have you ever watched a YouTube video where the sound was just driving you crazy, or the recording was so bad that you just have no motivation to learn, even though this person probably has good content to share, right? So if you have one place to splurge on, you should splurge on a good microphone. And I'm using an Altec Lensing. Wait, no, sorry. If you're wondering, I'm using an Audio Technica. The one that's exactly like this one is an ATR 2500 USB microphone. So if that's what you're wondering about. All right, so we've covered the basics, which is equipment. Now let's begin. Start with the end in mind. Before we begin making the video or even planning the video, we have to start with the end in mind, right? Just like with any big project, we want to know what we want to achieve in the end. This is the most important one that you should do. How would you like your students to react to your video? Ask yourself this question before you even start planning the lesson. All right. You can go on YouTube, you can search for any kind of educational video for our students, and you'll find that a lot of them are content heavy. It's great in a way, but is it engaging? Does it motivate students to learn? Does it naturally stimulate their curiosity? Or is it just like a barrage of information and maybe, oh my goodness, delivery could be improved? So ask yourself, how would you like your students to react? Do you want them to go, oh, this is interesting. Oh, this is amazing. I never knew this. Wow, this is a new perspective. So when I started out, this is what I did. I put it on a post-it note. Yeah, like this yellow sticky note. That's a post-it note. I put what I wanted on the sticky note and I stuck it on my monitor so that even though I was recording, even though I was planning or doing anything, I would have that reminder right there. And at the end of publishing the video and then sharing it with my students, that's exactly the kind of reaction that they gave me. So give this a try, guys. This is very, very, somehow very, very effective. And then you go and think about, okay, what language skills should you focus on? I believe in keeping lessons short rather than like super long 1 hour sessions. Let it be 15 to 25 minutes long. So focus on one skill, one language skill: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Choose one of them, or grammar. You can make grammar one of the skills. Then you talk about learning objectives, especially if you're following some kind of syllabus like I was for the KSSM syllabus. And think about what content to add to the lesson. Textbook content is very good because it's very closely tied to the syllabus. You won't go astray, right? But textbook is what 99% of other people out there do. You want something that enhances the learning experience. You want something from the real world, or you want something interesting that will, give your students something to think about. So always supplement the content with something else. And finally, think about the assessment. How will students show their learning at the end? Do you want them to fill in a Google Forms, which is a completely legitimate way to do this assessment? Do you want them to create a poster, record a video, um, uh, come up with a scrapbook or PowerPoint slide kind of thing? That's really up to you, and you can incorporate that into your lesson. So now that we know what we want in the end, let's get on to thinking about planning, recording, and editing. First, let's start with planning. Follow the usual lesson format that we're all very familiar with, the set induction, right, which is something to draw students' attention, get them to pay attention during class. That's what we want, right? And then you present the information that you want them to learn. Then they get to practice it in some way. So you can't really allow them to practice during a recorded lesson. So explain the homework to them during this part. And finally, most importantly, leave a hook for the next lesson in that recording, because you want your students to have anticipation to look forward to your next class. Hook them early on. So personally, I use PowerPoint as my main source material, like this presentation right here. I put everything onto the PowerPoint so I don't forget, because when you're presenting something, your mind is not remembering what you told yourself to remember when you were preparing your PowerPoint. So put everything in there so you don't forget. Now, don't use too many words or too many images or make your slides too busy. Keep it simple, use large images, large text, make it easy to read and follow, especially on mobile. Some people are probably attending this session on mobile and will appreciate my big words. Now, for the recording, use free software. You don't need to pay anything for it. I use OBS, Open Broadcaster software, at this website. You can check it out. It's free. It's powerful. But if it's confusing, don't worry about it. Learn how to set it up with YouTube videos. That's how I learned as well. I started from zero, yeah, at the beginning. Now, the best part about pre-recorded lessons is if you make a mistake, just go back. Oh, wait, I mean, okay, go back and repeat. Repeat in a more fluent way. If you made a pronunciation mistake or if you gave a wrong fact, go back and repeat it. Cut out that mistake when you are editing. So yeah, this is the best part about doing a recorded lesson. Well, with editing, here are some free software that you can use. Now, there are others out there that will give you the software for free, but when you export the video, you will see that they have added a logo onto your video. And for me, I don't like that. So here are some free software that do not do it. They don't watermark your videos. So it's yours. And how do you use them? It's gonna take like 2 or 3 hours for me to teach you exactly how to use them. So yeah, learn how to use them and also to produce effects with YouTube videos. That's how I learned as well. I started from zero, and yeah, I'm sure you guys will be able to make better videos than I ever would. So I'll show you an example video in a minute, and I want you to think about this. What is the attention span of our students in seconds? Make a guess inside of the chat, guys. You have 10 seconds. How many seconds do their attention spans last? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, how many seconds are our attention spans? Well, according to research, it's real research, okay? I didn't pull this out of my hat. Our attention span has markedly decreased in just 15 years. In 2000, the year 2000, we had 12 seconds. So we could pay attention for 12 seconds. In 2015, it's 8.25 seconds. So 2015 was 5 years ago. I would expect that attention spans have dropped thanks to TikTok and all that instant gratification stuff that we are having nowadays. So my next question is, how long is the attention span of a goldfish? Well, goldfish has a longer attention span than us humans, guys. Very, very interesting. Concerning, yes, but we this is not something that we can change. What we can do is adapt. So let's put this knowledge to good use when we are producing our videos. We keep in mind that the average attention span is less than 8 seconds. Okay? Moving on. I'm going to show you a video after this. And in this video, how have I addressed short attention spans? I'm going to give you a sample of a video that I've recorded and try to catch in that video all that I've done to address short attention spans. Okay? Hello, students. How are you doing today? Right now, we are going to have a lesson on Unit 5 of the Full Blast Plus 4 textbook. And the title of the unit is Globe Trotting. Today, we'll be doing some listening comprehension. And the question is, can you survive an avalanche? First things first, what is an avalanche? Let me go to the side here. So I'm going to show you a video rather than me just yappity yakking about what an avalanche is. I think it'll be better if I show you a video, right? Watch the video to answer these questions. Number 1, do you know what an avalanche is? Number 2, what can happen during an avalanche? Number 3, who is usually affected by an avalanche? Okay, are you ready to watch the video? I know I'm ready. But before we begin, let's have some background music. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. All right. You guys ready to watch the video? Let's watch it. Okay. All right. All right. Slide, babies. Oh, okay. What's that behind him? What's that? What is that? Oh, you better run. You better run, buddy. Who's gonna win, human or avalanche? Ah, okay. That looks like he survived. Oh, 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 don't fall out. No, no, no. Oh, okay, too bad. Oh, 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 wow, wow. All right, okay. Looks like the whole piece is coming off. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, baby, go, go. You can do it. You can escape. Yes. Well. Okay, spoke too soon. All right, run, guy, run. Oh. Okay, bye-bye. All right, did you enjoy that? Now, what did you see? What did I do to address short attention spans? Now, put it into the chat, and I'm going to share all my secrets in the next slide. All right, so to tackle short attention spans, change things every 8 seconds. If you noticed in the video, I was changing things almost not even 8 seconds, like every 5 seconds or so. So here are some ways you can do it. You can zoom in or zoom out. You can do pop-ups of relevant images, words, memes, or emojis. And if you're asking what memes are, wait, why is it not showing? Ah, there you go. This is an example of a meme. B-roll is, you completely change the scene with a relevant video or pan over still images. What's the meaning of pan over? I'm sure you've seen videos of pictures, and what happens is the camera goes over the pictures. Yeah, so that's what it means to have pan over images. And also, because students have short attention spans, if you have a lot of unnecessary pauses like ums and ahs, uh, yeah, they will skip and they might skip important information. So what I do when I'm editing is I cut out all of these pauses, especially if they're not intentional or they don't have an effect or a use for it. Now, I often get asked this question: do you show your face or no face? What do you think? Oh, I didn't mean to show the answer here, but yeah. Yes, you should show your amazing face because it's psychologically proven that when there is a face, people pay more attention. And also the face gives a lot of nonverbal cues and reactions that will be very fun and very funny, and students can relate to that. Now, when you're recording, just be yourself. Yeah, you don't need to be perfect. You can see in the video my eye bags, not enough sleep during PDPR, trying to make as many videos as I can. Yeah, you don't have to like put on like 5 inches thick makeup and all that stuff. We are all weird in our own special way. So yeah, let our quirkiness, let our eccentricism, is that how you call it? Let it shine. Share your honest opinions, your thoughts, your reactions, and your bloopers. Have some fun. If you're enjoying the video making process, I'm pretty sure that the viewers, your students, will enjoy it as well. Be yourself. Don't be afraid of yourself. Oh, and also when teaching grammar, right? Addressing short attention spans, I noticed that a lot of other videos, they teach from a text. Yeah, they show like, okay, so this is all the information about present tense. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, let's read one by one. And then like half an hour later, everybody's gone. So don't teach from a text. If you want to teach grammar, teach with a relevant clip from a popular movie, TV series, or music video. So let that clip have some kind of action happening, and then so that you can describe that action with the grammar that you're going to teach them. And in that way, they will understand how to use the grammatical points and what situations to use it for. So yeah, it will come alive for them. Also, okay, so that's about short attention spans. Now, next question is, what do you notice about this thumbnail? I'm going to show you a thumbnail that I've used right now. What do you notice about this thumbnail? Put it into the chat, guys. I'll give you 10 seconds. What do you think about this? What is your opinion? Okay. So, thumbnails. Are thumbnails so important? Isn't the video the most important part? Sudah ada video, buat apa mau thumbnail lagi? Oh well, thumbnails are important because thumbnails are the first thing students see even before clicking into the video. So the thumbnails give them a first impression. Yeah, if you go out on a date, you want to make a good first impression, right, guys? So a thumbnail builds anticipation, especially if you designed your thumbnail to have humor, like the one that I showed you earlier. Um, a good thumbnail will build anticipation and get students to think, hey, this will be interesting. And that will be the attitude that they approach watching your lesson. Also, use an interesting and attractive image that's relevant to the lesson. So I have plucked this information from psychological studies for the advertising world. So yeah, let's use those best practices, scientifically backed ones, in teaching. Why not? So what do people pay the most attention to in advertising? Anything that has a face, they will pay more attention to it. So if you choose a thumbnail with a face, they will pay more attention to it. It can be the face of a model, or it can be even your face. And unfortunately, people pay more attention if there is a man in the thumbnail. And also the last one, I don't know how you're going to apply it for an educational video, but yeah, people pay attention to sensual stuff. And finally, position and size of the text is important. Why do I say that? Well, this. You will read this first, right? The one in the middle. Then you will read this one, the one at the bottom, and then the smaller one at the bottom, and then this one. Finally, you will read this at the end. So if you look at the thumbnail that I showed you earlier, I want people to read this first and then read this next because this is not that important. Even the color I've chosen shows that. Okay? I hope that all of this was very useful to you guys. We've covered a few things during this short session. How to make engaging YouTube videos. Number one, the basic equipment. Number two, start with the end in mind. Number three, planning, recording, and editing. Number four, tackling short attention spans. And number five, thumbnails. Put into the chat, what is one thing that you'll remember from this session? I look forward to reading what you have learned. If you have questions and I'm not able to address them during the session, you can find me on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram at JarodYJK. That's it for me, everybody. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone.